Chapel, please. Next Thursday would Thursday next be a good day for you to pop down to the White House, what you say? We easily could have cleared that up if you really would come down to the White House like a friendly chap, try to climb the fence, then halfway up see what happens. Do you have the address? Come down. There's no way you'll possibly win, Mr. Chaphouse, Mr. Chaphouse, Mr. Chaphouse, Mr. Chaphouse, Mr. Chaphouse, Mr. Chaphouse.
You will bow down before me, Jor-El. I swear it. No matter that it takes an eternity, you will bow down before me. Both you, and then one day, your ass.
Voicemails news.
You should not let anybody raw dog you.
Raw Dog News.
Do not raw dog. This is not... Raw dogging is not funny. This is a serious matter.
Raw Dog News.
Raw dogging is a term that is considered slang, and it means unprotected.
Raw Dog News.
Your call has been forwarded to an automated voice messaging system. At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hey, Marcus. I'm a friend of Ashley's. I listened to her little bit on podcast. It cracked me up. So I thought I'd just share a funny story. I think that I have a bunch, but let's just start with the time my girlfriend and I were arrested in Mexico because we haggled with a 10-year-old coke dealer, and my girlfriend was then held hostage by the Turistica Policia while I had to go get money. So, that's a pretty funny story. Or the time... Well, let's just start there. If you want to hear about that story, give me a call back and tell Ashley about it. So if the story about the being arrested in Mexico, if it had to have a title, I would say it's called the Il Mordito, meaning little bite of death. Meaning, my father told me when traveling in Latin American countries, always anticipate in a bad situation when you're arrested or dealing with any authorities. Always anticipate Il Mordito, which is little by death, which is a bribe. Never offer it first. Just wait for it. And first of all, my father didn't tell me not to haggle with a 10-year-old over coke. I should have figured that one out on my own. But, and also trying to convince the Policia Turistica that you're trying to buy Spanish fly because you're with a hot girl. That doesn't work either. So, when you get into the police station, this was Cancun, and so I guess this was one of the nicer ones. It still looked like a mud hut. And so I got into the interrogation room. My girlfriend hears. And the chief, police, whatever the fuck he is, they probably weren't even, who the fuck is this? Okay. Tomorrow morning, we put you on a plane. And you go to Mexico City and give you to the federal, and no one will ever talk to you again. Or you could give us $5,000. I was like, B, dose. The last thing he said.
Yeah, hello. Yeah, and hard to take. Looking for the hard to take. Yeah, it's just the hard to take. Yeah. Right, so this one time I was, I had a conversation with the man who claimed that he saw the UFO along the way, I thought that this man is ridiculous. He must be drunk. But then it turned out that this man wasn't a man. He was actually the real deal, authentic alien. And I had to go to war with him in the jungle with Jesse Ventura. Yeah. And this has been my hot take. Yeah. Goodbye.
Welcome to Raw Dog News. Okay, some housekeeping. I want to just give kind of a rundown about the different segments of the Raw Dog News network, because we are a network now. We have different segments within the show. One of them is called Mr. Chaphouse. Ashley does a piece called And Another Thing with Ashley. We'll be getting into some general talk. Your ideas, our ideas, that guy's ideas about what to talk about, that trans girl's ideas about what to talk about. Who knows? Of course, the voicemails. I would encourage you to call in to leave a hot take or bad opinion to the Raw Dog Hotline. The number is area code 424-666-1036. We'll be having a variety of guests on the show. Perhaps you ask to be a guest if you have something interesting to talk about. We'll be getting into some areas of discussion about what's known as the troubled teen industry. Not so funny. We'll add some humor in because it's much needed. We'll be doing a reading series. We'll be going in depth. Raw Dog News investigates in depth. I kind of want to call it in depth. Raw Dog News in depth. Another thing we do on the show is a movie review called Haven't Seen It, which gives a lot of insight into movies that are either out now or classics. We'll be getting into discussions and controversies, frankly, about our animation series called The Last Days of Mike Jamone. You can find that on the channel Aurelius YouTube channel. I said channel twice. You can find The Last Days of Mike Jamone on the channel Aurelius YouTube channel. I want to give some shout outs. I think that's appropriate. I want to give a shout out to Alyssa. I want to give a shout out to Phoenix Dawn. She's also a patron. Ashley is a patron. You could also be a patron. Just go to patreon.com/MARCUSPARRISH. That's my name. We're going to investigate people's favorite catchphrases. What might yours be? And that's called housekeeping, folks. That's called Raw Dog News housekeeping. And we will see you in the next episode.
We're sorry, your call cannot be completed as dialed. Please check the number and dial again. This is a recording.
Now here's a question most of us have on our minds. Which is the best place to be right now? Where do you go?
Raw Dog News.
The simple answer would be...
Raw Dog News.
Please hang up
You should not let anybody raw dog you.
Raw Dog News.
Do not raw dog. This is not... Raw dogging is not funny. This is a serious matter.
Raw Dog News.
Raw dogging is a term that is considered slang, and it means unprotected.
Raw Dog News.